Hello everyone, and welcome to another retro edition of The Price is Right Pricing Game Recap. This is your host, Mr. Horgan.
I'm BenMasonTelevision, or I should say, I'm formerly known as BenMasonTelevision. My name is Ben Mason, but right now, I'm going to be known on YouTube as Ben Mason, because I just recently changed my name on my YouTube account. So, you may still have to find me as BenMasonTelevision to find me. Alright, let's get it going, Mr. Horgan.
Very well.
Long time.
It has been a while since we've done one of these. Well, this is a very, very special retro pricing game recap Ben Mason and I are about to do. This is
special.
Yep.
How special?
How special is this? Well, this was from a Primetime Special from August 14th, 1986. And it was the first of 6 Primetime Specials from that year.
Yes, we weren't even born yet.
No, we were not. We were just a year shy. Well, actually, less than a year. Okay, here we go. The pricing games that were played on this Primetime Special were the following. Most expensive, one away, Plinko. Okay, clock game, hole-in-one or 2, and take 2.
Hole-in-one or 2, that game has some significance in that one because, we'll talk more about that when we get there.
Yes. BenMasonTelevision, well, or Ben Mason, as you like to be
you want me to recap the first game?
Yes, please start off the fun by recapping price game number 1.
Alright. The first contestant on the first ever Price is Right special was Douglas from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He played most expensive for 3 trips, if you can believe it. And each trip was behind each of the 3 doors. First one is a trip to Scotland via Northwest Orient Airlines. That included a 6-night stay with a Scottish breakfast daily at the Copthorne Hotel in Glasgow. That was modeled by the juicy Janice Pennington. Next up was a trip to the Bahamas via Delta Airlines. And that included a 6-night stay at the Bahamas Princess Resort and Casino on exciting Grand Bahama Island. That trip was modeled by the dazzling Diane Parkinson. And finally, Douglas could also win a trip to Singapore via Korean Airlines. It included a 6-night stay at the sparsely cosmopolitan Goodwood Hotel in Singapore. This trip was modeled by the happy Holly Halston. Just think, Mr. Horgan, Douglas could be going to Singapore, the Bahamas, and Scotland.
A lot of traveling.
Yeah. Going all over the world, but he's got to pick the trip that is the most expensive. I'll recap those one more time. Number 1 is the trip to Scotland. Number 2 is the trip to the Bahamas. And number 3 is the trip to Singapore. Douglas went with number 3, the trip to Singapore. Let's check out the prices one at a time. The price revealed by Janice for the trip to Scotland was $2,349. Okay? Number 2, revealed by Diane, the trip to Bahamas was $1,674. That means if number 3, the trip to Singapore, is worth more than $2,349, Douglas is going places. And the price revealed by Holly was $3,868. Douglas won all 3 trips, totaling $7,891. Good for him.
Oh, very good for him. And you know, he was very confident on his choice when he said Singapore. Okay, Robert from St. Louis was the second contestant up on stage.
St. Louis, the hometown, the home of the Cardinals, and the one and only George Gray.
That's right. Robert sells elevators for a living, as we found out. in Contestants Row.
Oh, God, elevators.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Robert played one away for a Renault Alliance DL Convertible modeled by Diane. And get this, that wasn't all. If he won the convertible, he'd also win an Oki Telecom direct line cellular mobile car phone. Oh my Lord. What a bonus. Alright, the wrong price was $24,165. Robert chose the 2 to be a 1 and not a 3, the 4 to be a 3 and not a 2, I believe.
So it's a 3 and not a 1.
He chose the 1 to be a 2 and not a 0.
Sorry.
The 6 to be a 5 and not a 7. And the 5 to be a 4 and not a 6. Making the new price $13,254. Now, when he first asked the gentleman if he had at least one number right, Robert did have at least one number right. Now when he asked the gentleman if he had at least 2 numbers right, he did have at least 2 numbers right. Then when he asked the gentleman if he had at least 3 numbers right, he did have at least 3 numbers right. Now when he asked the gentleman if he had at least 4 numbers right, he had to change 2 numbers because he only had 3 right. He changed the 2 to a 0, and he changed the 4 to a 6, making the new price $13,056. To be honest with you, I really did not feel confident on this price. See if he won it, though. Was the first number a 1? Yes. That was correct. Was the second number a 3? Yes, it was. Now, was the third number a 0? No.
I guess not.
It was 2.
And the real price, the actual retail price of that car was $13,276. Oh well.
Yep.
Next game.
Alright, next up, Mary was the contestant who was up on stage. And Roddy had some good news for Mary.
Get it.
Mary was going to play Plinko for a chance to win up to $25,000.
In cash.
In cash, indeed.
All right. Mary gets 1 chip for free, and she's got to earn the other 4. What's the first prize that she could win with it?
Well, over by Janice, we first had a True Value Hardware Store's 57-piece Master Mechanic Standard and Metric Socket Set. Mary believed that 7 was the first number, not 2 being the second number. Janice revealed the price to be $78. She won a Plinko chip.
All right.
Next, we had 2 gallons of Dutch Point paint. Mary believed 6 was the second number, not 5 being the first number. Janice revealed the price to be $26. She was right again. She got another Plinko chip. Next, we had a Hank's Craft Cool Vapor Humidifier. Mary believed that 5 was the second number, not 7 being the first number. And Janice revealed the price to be $35. She won another Plinko chip.
All right, 1 more.
And that last small prize was a Presto Popcorn Now plus Hot Air Popper. Mary believed 6 was the second number, not 5 being the first number. Well, when Janice revealed the price, it turned out to be, it was the same price as the Dutch Point paint, $26.
Oh, yeah, 2 small prices, the same price? Huh.
What are the odds? Well,
yeah.
She got 4 more chips to go along with the one she got for free, and Diane brought those over to her.
All right, now, remember, we're all eyes are on that middle slot, $5,000. And Well, there's also 1,000, 500, 100. I'm not going to even talk about that last remaining dollar amount.
All right, Mary dropped her first chip, and it went into $1,000.
Okie doke.
Second chip, it landed in $100. The third chip, well, as it was coming down to drop in a money amount, believe it or not, it got stuck. So Bob had to use the Plinko stick to retrieve it, and Diane had to...
The world-famous Plinko stick. It doesn't count, it's a do-over.
So Mary got that one over, and when she did that one over again, it landed in $1,000.
You know.
Fourth chip, that landed in $100.
Alright.
Now she had one chip remaining. She dropped it, and it went down, 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 and it landed in $0.
That was the one I was hinting at. I said I wouldn't mention that other dollar amount, and unfortunately you had to mention it. Alright, but you did pick up $2,200 in cash, and that's going to go down as a consolation win, huh?
Yes, it will.
Alright, now for the third game, it's a classic among us Price is Right fans. Mr. Horgan, tell us the contestant's name and what the prizes he and she are playing for.
Alright, well, the contestant was Dawn, who was originally from England, who moved to the United States 3 years before, 1983.
Yeah.
Played clock games.
So that's 3 people from 3 different countries that I know that watch The Price is Right.
She was playing clock games for a 25-inch Venus Contemporary Style Space-Saving TV and a Sawyer's Durable Sofa, both modeled by Diane.
Alright, now, before we go any further, let me talk about the clock game. This is the same clock game that we've been playing for years. Now, Up starts by showing the audience the price of the first prize, which was, once again, what?
The TV.
The TV. Then, and she'll have 30 seconds in it to bid on that TV. Then Bob will say higher or lower, meaning the actual retail price is higher or lower than her bid. Then we'll see, then she can zero in on the price, and then she can use the remaining time to win that other prize. And if she wins both prizes, and for this special, if she wins both prizes in less than 30 seconds, Bob will give her a chance to win $5,000 in cash. More on that if and when we get there. Mr. Horgan?
Alright, first off for the TV, Dawn gave the following bids. $13.25, lower. $12.25, lower. $11.25, lower. $1,000, lower. $9.25, lower. $7.75, higher. $7.85, higher. $800, higher. $900, lower. $8.95, and she got it!
$8.95.
She got that in 14.5 seconds.
So remember, if she can win the sofa with the remaining time, she will have a chance to win up to $5,000 cash. Again, we'll talk about that if that happens. Mr. Horgan, let's have it.
All right. Here are the bids Dawn gave for the sofa. $500, higher. $700, higher. $800, higher. $900, higher. $1,000, lower. $995, higher. $1,000, lower. $996, higher. $997, higher. $998, higher. $999, and she got it! In 12.5 seconds.
No, she won both prizes
already.
But wait, I said Dawn would have a chance to win $5,000 in cash, and let me tell you how this is going to go about. Bob holds in his hand 4 envelopes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4 envelopes. Inside each envelope there's a cash amount. In one envelope it says $1,000. In another one there's $2,000. In another one there's $3,000. And in that last one is $5,000. All Dawn has to do is pick one envelope, and that's what she'll win in addition to those 2 prizes. Either way, she can't lose. All right. Now, when Dawn picked an envelope, and what was inside the envelope she picked?
Inside the envelope that Dawn picked was $2,000.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Pretty good. So, including the 2 prizes, she won a grand total of $3,894 in cash and prizes.
Okie doke. Now, for the 5th game.
5th game was hole-in-one, and it was played by Rosanna, who is also from St. Louis.
George Gray's hometown and the home of the Cardinals.
Yep. She was playing for a Toyota 4x4 SR5 pickup truck, modeled by Diane, a prize worth $14,024.
Yeah, terrific prize worth $13,024.
Well, 14.
Now, let me tell you about the hole-in-one game. For years, well, this game was going into its 10th, I think it's 11th season on The Price is Right, and up to that point, contestants have been given only 1 putt to have a chance to win the car. Starting with these specials, the contestants will now have up to 2 putts to win this car. And for these specials. And guess what? They're going to carry that change over to the daytime show as well, if you can believe it. And they're officially naming this game Hole-in-One or 2. Now the contestant's name again was
Rosanna.
She has to. We have 6 products here, and she has to line them up from least to most expensive. Now, Mr. Morgan, tell us what those products are, because I can't recall what they were.
Well, I'm here to help out. The 6 grocery items were Pledge Lemon Polish, Chlorette Stick Gum, Ragu Chunky Garden-Style Mushrooms and Onion Sauce, hot sauce, X14 Mildew Stain Remover, Centrum Vitamins, and Kibbles and Bits dog food. Holly was in charge of giving Janice the flags to place on the green. They were all in a row, folks. Now, Rosanna believed the least expensive item was the gum. Next, she believed it was the sauce. Third, she chose the lemon polish. Fourth, she chose the stain remover. Fifth, she chose the dog food, and that left the vitamins. That's right. So,
alright, and wait a second. Now, on the daytime show, if anybody's line up the products from least to most expensive successfully, they win $500 and put up that line next to the hole. But since this is a primetime special, they have increased it to $1,000.
Alright.
I'm joking.
No, BenMason's absolutely right. $1,000 could be won with a perfect lineup of least to most expensive. Alright. Janice did the reveals, and first we had the gum priced at 55 cents. The sauce, $1.19. The polish, $1.68. The stain remover, $2.39. The dog food, $3.09. Now, if the vitamins were more than $3.09, Rosanna would win a $1,000 bonus, and she even knew that the vitamins were going to be more than $3.09.
The price already.
The price was $9.58.
Oh my!
She's playing from the 6th line.
Unfortunately for Bob, he has to putt at the very back, which is where he always does his inspirational putts. Is that right, Mr. Morgan?
That is exactly right. When Bob did his inspiration putt, the ball moved a little over to Bob's left. But when we were watching, it moved a little to the right.
Yeah, Bob actually said that. Bob said, was asked asked how many times he's missed a putt on a primetime show. And you know what the answer was? 0. You want to know why? Because this is the first show. He hasn't even done a putt yet. Think about that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, when Rosanna did her putt, needless to say, an easy hole-in-one. She won the truck. Simple win.
Right.
Simply put.
And she won $1,000 in cash, so she's won well over $14,024.
$15,024 she won.
$15,024. I hear you.
All right.
Last game.
Our last game was Take 2, and it was played by Rosalinda. She was playing for these 4 prizes: a Jefferson of Santa Cruz, California roll-top desk, modeled by Janice; a Fox Fat Microlife golf club, a set of Fox Fat Microlife golf clubs with deluxe touring bag and head covers, modeled by Diane; a Toomey rugged ballistic nylon luggage set, modeled by Janice; and a Whirlpool eye-level microwave range, also modeled by Diane.
Golf club in Take 2? If only they appeared in the previous game.
I know. Anyway, Rosalinda had to find the 2 prizes, the total $3,285. She first chose the desk and the range. The desk, $2,200. The range that has a self-cleaning lower oven, digital meal timer clock, and lift-up cooktop was $1,481 for a total of $3,681. So, in Rosalinda's second chance, she decided to keep the desk, and she decided to pair that up with the golf clubs. So, golf clubs had to be $1,085 for her to win. And when Bob revealed the price of the golf clubs, they were
right.
$1,085. Total of $3,285. She won all 4 prizes.
And unfortunately, we don't know how much they are in total, but that's okay. The main thing is she won.
Exactly. So, most expensive, clock game, hole-in-one, and Take 2 were the 4 big wins in this first Primetime Special from 1986.
And we gave away $3,000 in cash to Dawn, and $2,000 was won by Dawn in the clock game, and $1,000 was won by that lady who won hole-in-one.
Rosanna? Well, Rosanna also won $1,000 in the second Showcase Showdown, so we actually gave away a total of $4,000.
Make that, $4,000.
Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, even though they were in prime time, the bonus spend dollar amount payout was still the same: $5,000 for a green section and $10,000 for the dollar. So they could still win $11,000.
Actually, we have to go back on our cash total here. $2,200 was also won by Mary in Plinko. Just because we forgot.
So you weighed $5,200.
Yeah, because of that, we have to give the losing one. So, yep, $6,200 in cash was given away. That's still pretty good in cash.
Yeah. We get so caught up.
I know. Alright, so let's see. Well, Mary is the contestant recognition contestant for that small Plinko win. And the MVPs are the Price is Right in the pricing games. Douglas, Dawn, Rosanna, and Rosalinda. And I have to name Robert the Showcase MVP. He won a showcase that included the following: a trip to Australia via Continental Airlines for 7 days at the Hotel Intercontinental Sydney, modeled by Janice. He also won an Arnold's of San Diego Ward English Oak bedroom group with bedding ensemble, armoire for him, and a dresser with mirror for her, plus a Stearns & Foster queen-size bed, all that modeled by Holly. a Hawkeye Products portable condo spa model by Diane, and, to top it all off, a Pontiac Firebird Trans Am model by Janice.
He paid $22,000, and the actual retail price of that showcase was $26,438, for a difference of $4,438. That's not too bad.
No, it's not. He won a grand total of $27,737 in prizes.
All right.
Now, do you have any more acknowledgments, Ben Mason?
Yes, Mr. Morgan, I do.
All right.
Now, this was the first primetime show, and throughout these primetime shows, Bob Barker, you'll see him in a tuxedo, and you'll also see Roddy in a tuxedo too. I'm not joking.
No.
And also, you know those colored curtains in the back of Studio 33 where they cover the control booth? Well, those colored curtains are replaced by white curtains.
Making it elegant.
Yeah, and the Price is Right signs that appear in the back of the audience of the daytime show, well, they switched them with different signs. Yeah, anyway, and also, there are lights around the doors, colorful lights that you would not see on the daytime show otherwise. And that's about it.
Alright, well, with that said, time for the sponsor. Promotional consideration for this retro edition of The Price is Right Pricing and Recap is provided by caffeine-free Coca-Cola.
Yummy.
Yep. So, we have 5 upcoming Price is Right specials from 1986 that Ben Mason and I have to recap. That we're going to do.
Yeah, the next one we're going to recap is from August 21st, 1986, and then we'll carry it on from there. And I've also requested the following recaps that we're also going to do after the specials in the weeks and months to come. And they are January 4th, 1990, January 16th, 1992, January 3rd, 1983, November 1st, 1983, October 15th, 1985, October 28th, 1987. Oh, actually, October 15th, 1985. Let me try that again. We have January 4th, 1990, January 16th, 1992, January 3rd, 1983, November 1st, 1983, and October 15th, 1985. And we're still waiting for October 28th, 1987, December 1st, 1992, and October 29th, 1985. We're still waiting.
Yes, we are. All right, Ben Mason, another job well done by you. I thank you for appearing.
Same to you, buddy.
All right, it's going to wrap things up here for the Price is Right Pricing and Recap, the Retro Edition. This is Mr. Horgan from New Jersey.
And this is Ben Mason from Quick New Brunswick in Canada. Help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye for now, everybody.
See you next time.